Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about the massive updates from Lionel Messi and FC Barcelona, and then lastly we will be talking about some transfer updates where we will talk about Samuel Umtiti, Luis Suarez and Arturo Vidal. But we are first going to start with Lionel Messi. So it has been reported that there was supposed to be a second meeting that was going to involve Jorge Messi and President Bartomeu, but because there was no second meeting today, because nothing was held and nothing was definitive within these past 12 hours, I think that Jorge Messi did understand his position and where they were at and what were the chances of Messi leaving FC Barcelona in this summer. And it says here, given Bartomeu's inflexible stance, Messi assumes that he's going to stay at Barcelona this season because he does not want to leave in a bad way. He also knows that there is no club that will risk signing him with his current contract. And so it's true, the risk is extremely high for bringing in Lionel Messi, and I'm going to be explaining what I do mean by this. I have explained this in a previous video, but I am going to talk about it here. So basically Messi and his lawyers were trying to argue that because they have sent that burofax on August 25th, it would make him have access to leave Barcelona for free, because since that pandemic did delay the season, that would also mean that the clause that was originally on June 10th can be put to August 25th. And so again, that is why they did send that burofax, so they can make it official. Then if we go to the Barcelona stance, they have stated that because on the contract it says June 10th, that is the date Messi is supposed to inform the club that he does want to leave for free. And under the Spanish law, it says that on the contract, if it says June 10th specifically, that is the date Messi is supposed to inform that club. The intention of that contract is not to say that Messi can leave at the end of the season. There is a specific date, and under the Spanish law, Messi must follow that. And there also is a debate going on saying that the intention of this contract is to leave at the end of the season, not by June 10th. Barcelona can also say that, okay, let's go by your theory. Contractually, your contract does end on June 30th, and that is considered the end of the season. And let's say that this pandemic never happened. If your contract does end on June 30th, you're supposed to inform us 20 days before that date that you do want to leave, which will be on June 10th. And because this pandemic happened, because this league season was delayed, the season did end on August 23rd, which was the Champions League final between Bayern Munich and PSG. And because that was the final day, if we backtrack 20 days before August 23rd, that would take us to August 3rd, which will be the day that Messi was supposed to inform Barcelona that he does want to leave, which makes the lawyers of Lionel Messi's argument extremely flawed. And that is where we do have that conversation of Messi, Barcelona, Manchester City do go to court, because when there is an unsettlement between the player and the club, that is usually taken to the Spanish court. And that is also the area of where Jorge Messi, Lionel Messi, Manchester City do not want. They never want to be in that phase, because that is where things really do get very dangerous. And then there is this question, could Messi be liable for 700 million euros? And we do have Dominguez, who is a very popular sports lawyer. He stated, if we are talking strictly about the law, there is no doubt he would have broken the contract and must pay a penalty. I have been in many trials about these topics, and the judge can order him to pay the penalty of 700 million euros. The reason they include 700 million euros was because of his salary. These clauses are proportional to salaries, so the more you earn, the higher the clause. And then going back to the lawyers of Lionel Messi, their stance could be this 700 million euro release clause is extremely abusive. The reason why we do say that is because you want to put this in to lock us into Barcelona. The intentions of you guys putting this release clause in is for me to not go to any other club. By no means is Barcelona trying to value this asset by putting 700 million euros in front of it. This is only abusive. And then the court can say, fine, we can readjust it to 500 million euros, 400 million euros. And that is the best case scenario. And to be very honest, for a player to pay 400, 500, 600 million euros, whatever it may be, that's adjusted by the court, that is still a lot of money. You never want to be put in that position and pay that amount of money just so you can play elsewhere. And this is where things really do get crazy. There is also an avenue where Barcelona could, in theory, complain to FIFA, where if Messi does walk out unilaterally and joins a club for free, that is going to be up to FIFA to adjudicate over the interpretation of his contractual clause, which is only going to lead, according to Amoros, who again is another popular sports lawyer, that's only going to lead to the consequences of terminating a contract without just cause. Meaning, and this is under the Article 17, in the worst case scenario for Messi and Manchester City, assuming that City is going to be Messi's next club, Lionel Messi could be banned to play football for 6 months, which will also lead the club and the player being liable to pay 700 million euros. And then also have Manchester City receive a 2-window transfer ban, which I know that City does not want to be in that situation, because after coming off that potential 2-year UEFA ban, City does not want to put themselves in a similar situation like this. And again, just like I explained in my previous video, does Man City want to put themselves in this situation? Do they really think that it's going to be worth it to try and bring in a 33-year-old player that's going to cost them 100 million euros every season, and then potentially be liable to pay 500 to 700 million euros just because you thought bringing in Lionel Messi was worth it? And so yes, it does get very complex, it does get very confusing, but that's basically the potential routes Messi, City, and Barcelona could be facing too. And according to a report that came out today, after yesterday's meeting, the club is now waiting for Messi's response. Jorge Messi has informed him how the meeting went, and now they are the ones who have to decide which way to go. A second meeting is not yet scheduled. And so I do want to stop right there, right? I want to talk about Jorge Messi and Lionel Messi, because the agent of Lionel Messi is Jorge Messi, which is his father. Because what I believe we are seeing here is that we are finally seeing the true colors of how Jorge Messi does run the agency for Lionel Messi. And I'm going to explain what I mean by this, because if we really think about it, right? If we really think about the variety and how many sports agents are out there in the football world, there are the Mino Raiolas, there are the Jorge Mendeses, and when you are facing a complicated situation like this, where you do want to move away from Barcelona after 15 years and go to a club like Manchester City and having a release clause of 700 million euros, would you not think that it would be the best idea to bring the best agent by your side? And I'm not trying to take any credibility away from Jorge Messi, but if we were to compare Jorge Messi and Mino Raiola or Jorge Mendes, you would think that Jorge Messi is not the best agent in the world. And I also believe that because Messi does want to move to Manchester City, I think that Jorge Messi and his agency, the people who do work for him, is finally being tested on how to complete a complicated transfer like this. And the reason why I'm saying that they're finally being tested on trying to complete a very complicated situation is because Messi has never left FC Barcelona. They never knew what it was like if Messi were to leave Barcelona. They never even planned on the situation if Messi were to ever even think about into leaving FC Barcelona. They always thought that they were going to stay there forever, and so that is why I feel like they did come in unprepared when it comes to this certain situation. And there has been many reporters stating that the pure talent probably made it almost impossible to fail as Lionel Messi's agent, and explains perhaps why Jorge said in 2016 that it was hardly that difficult to be his agent. Because if we look at the history between Jorge Messi and Lionel Messi, we can see that there has been PR disasters back in 2013, 2014. There has been tax problems back in 2014. And I think that because of Messi's talent, that has gotten him away from such things, which makes sense, right? Because we have seen Ansu Fati move away from Jorge Messi and moved to Jorge Mendes. And so seeing Messi's talents on the pitch, seeing his brand, knowing who he is, knowing how good he is, has really blinded us from seeing Jorge Messi's credibility when it comes to contract negotiations, knowing how his agency really is run. And I think that that right there is translating towards seeing how Messi's move to Man City is actually being run, because what they did here, which was sending the Burofax on August 25th, was not sent on time. They did not do everything on time, and that is why we are seeing Messi struggle move to Manchester City. And we also have a veteran Argentine reporter who has covered Messi's career since the age of 13 years old. He has stated this is the first time in Messi's history where he does need good management. From when he was 13 years old until now, his football has always prevailed. They could make mistakes in investments, marketing, Leo's image, the entourage, the strategy planning, his career, everything. But the ace has always been Lionel Messi, the player, not Jorge, the manager. Right now is the first time they have to really negotiate and resolve something, and they are doing it all wrong. And so that is where we do stand at the moment. From the very beginning, it really did look like Messi's stance was always going to lose, and he was going to stay in FC Barcelona. And according to Moises Llorens, he has stated that Barcelona is going to continue to fight for Messi. He's going to expect Messi in training, and it's starting to look more and more likely that Messi is going to be staying in Barcelona, only because they did not plan this exit attempt extremely well. And so now we are in that phase where we should expect a Messi announcement. We should expect Messi to come out there and say that I was trying to do this, but we failed. The reason why I wanted to leave in the first place was because of this. So right now we are waiting for that speech. Who knows what he is going to talk about, but I assume that Messi is going to be explaining what he was trying to do and why he felt in that way. And now moving on to the next section of this topic, and we are going to be talking about Samuel Umtiti. According to Sique Rodriguez, Umtiti is willing to leave, but no club has shown a serious interest in him. They may have to get rid of the player for free. And notice how there is a consistency when it comes to selling these players for free from FC Barcelona. It's really starting to seem like Barcelona really do want to get rid of these players, even if it means for free. And as for Samuel Umtiti, of course, we are going to hear that the clubs are not showing up to buy Samuel Umtiti because he is a injury prone. And I think that the direction Barcelona is going to go through is that they're just going to look at this and say, you know what, if we can cut the wages for next season, that is good enough, especially knowing that Samuel Umtiti is the second highest paid defender in Barcelona. Moving on to Luis Suarez, according to Rack 1, Suarez continues to wait for his dismissal from Barcelona to be able to close his exit. He is facilitating the procedures. Either Juventus, Atletico, or PSG are the proposals. Right now, Juventus is the closest. And there has also been reports stating that Suarez and Juventus have agreed on personal terms, but there has been no really reliable sources claiming that. But as of now, it is true that Juventus does want to move for Luis Suarez. And Barcelona will be trying to focus on a really good price on selling a player like him, because right now everyone's being moved on for free, and so they're really trying to nail the Luis Suarez departure. Moving on to Arturo Vidal, it says here, according to Juan Marti, Arturo Vidal will leave Barcelona for free or for a symbolic fee, just like Rakitic, in order to sign for Inter Milan. Vidal was generous and did not ask Barcelona to pay the remaining year of his contract, and that is completely different to Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez right now is demanding a payment of 14 to 15 million euros, and then he'll pack his bags. In the other end, we have Vidal here saying that he does not want Barcelona to pay his remaining year of his contract so he can have that smooth transition to Inter Milan. And again, Barcelona will be more than happy to let go of Vidal because right now he's being paid 173,000 euros every week, which is going to greatly help their wage bill. And in total, right, because things are moving so quickly, if Barcelona do complete these departures of Luis Suarez, Arturo Vidal, also adding Ivan Rakitic, who has already been completed, and Samuel Umtiti, they will be saving a total of 34 million euros in wages, which is a huge improvement going into the next season. And I also believe that this is a good sign that Koeman does have a lot of authority in this club, because ever since he did announce that these players were not going to be in his plan, these players are moving quickly and trying to find their next club. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.